this
with
is it's
Gabriel
funny.
Gonzaga.
That's it. Because I love this match because you guys competed so many times in Brazil. I know of
Yeah,
3 or 4 times I've
that's
seen.
yeah, but that was our first fight, and I was
Okay.
like 2 months black belt. That was my first official championship as a black belt, because I did
Okay.
a internal championship, Alliance championship, which I won. Gi and no gi, and over 80 kilos. And I remember Marcelo won no gi under 8 kilos, and Terere won the gi. But that's, yeah, I shoot Gabriel Gonzaga. I went to his back. That was in the beach in São Paulo, in Ubatuba. And I went to his back, but I think he managed to escape the back. I tried to go to
Yeah.
the arm triangle, like the katagatame, but I think he will escape too.
Yeah, I had to edit the video because he ends up escaping, but you couldn't really see it so well. But you guys go back on your feet there.
Yeah.
What was Gonzaga known for at that time in the jiu-jitsu world? Like when you were facing him, did you have a set strategy to face him, or were you just kind of, going for it?
Yeah, no, I didn't have a strategy. I just was keep going. Yeah, trying to get his back. Yeah, look how I lose. It's totally different than nowadays. I never would lose this back like that, because you kind of careless when you fight, sport jiu-jitsu, because, like I said, you don't pay the price. It's different than, I never would do that in MMA or even in self-defense, just jump in his back like that. But jiu-jitsu, you can play more loose,
Mm-hmm.
sport jiu-jitsu. And there's a nice position here that he tries to go to the single, and I kick the leg and jump to his back. But
It looks
the
like to me
we cannot see
you're just yeah. I think that they play that in a sec, but I think to me it always looks like you're always ahead on the scrambles, and every time he tries to counter, you're just kind of beating him to the punch. What did you feel that maybe
Mhm.
he was gassed a little bit, or was it just from the
Both. We
technique you were
both were,
imposing?
because this place is so hot. Ricardo,
Oh,
inside
okay,
was like 100 degrees, Fahrenheit, something like
wow,
that. It's so, because in Ubatuba, this is summer in Brazil, like January. It's so hot, and this gymnasium is, the roof is pretty low, the ceiling.
hmm
And it's, man, it's amazing how hot getting. Everybody dies. Marcelo fought there many times. André Galvão fought there when he was blue, purple belt, or bro. And everybody dies because it's so, it's open, but it's no air conditioning, nothing. It's very, very, very tough, and it's so hot inside. If it's very hot outside, inside is much more.
There's that old school Demian
You
Maia
know the
wrestling coming into
Yeah.
play.
The referee is
Sorry, go
Givanildo
ahead.
Santana. The referee is
hmm
Givanildo Santana, who fought in Bellator, and he lives in California. And now I think I'm gonna kick. When he shoot to my leg, I kick and jump to his back. Right now, look. I think no. Now he's almost able to take me down. I stand up. I always pretty good in defending the singles. And he tries to lift me. Now I push. No, I just escaped. Everybody's pretty tight. Look, he start. I try to, do a, how we call the
Cartwheel pass.
cartwheel. Yeah, cartwheel. Yeah. And then I think he was going to my leg, get on his knee. I push his leg and jump to his back. Right.
Yeah, so now he sits for De La Hiva, pulls. I saw, I'm
Yeah.
surprised how much Gonzaga was inverting. It's not something that we see in his, in the last portion of his career doing, but he was really, really active grappler back then. There's that, I think
Yeah.
the kickback that you were talking about.
Yeah. I gonna kick and jump to his back, and you
Boom.
cannot see. Yeah, the Mata Leão is the other side. Nobody see him tapping, but then he tapped. Yeah, there's not the other
Nice.
angle. Yeah,
There's a
and
lot
then
of similarities. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I think I in the other side of the bracket was Marcelo Garcia, so we end up closing the final.
And that's what I was gonna say. There was a lot of similarities in the way that you fought with Marcelo's style. Very common to see the arm drag, the back take, the standing back
Mhm.
take, X guard, single leg X guard. And I remember you and I spoke about this a long time ago that, some of those positions that you guys kind of developed together. But I want to take a look at this one clip from that match. Caleb, do you have the clip there where I believe you shot a double and went right to the back, and
Yeah.
got to his back right
Uh-huh.
here. He sprawled, or then he shoots on you. You defend,
Yeah.
and
Now I
then
think now.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that
Yeah.
sequence? Was that something that was common to combine as far as a sequence of techniques, or is that something that became kind of improvised in the heat of the moment? Was it your intention to shoot to get to the back, or was it to get the double and it just sort of happened?
No, it's just something that I start to, when I start to shoot more double, I realize if I keep a good posture with my head, was very
Mm-hmm.
likely that if the guy sprawls, I could go to the back. And of course, I got much better in doing that, after wrestling training. But that's 2002. That's like many years before I start to do, really real wrestling training. So, but I was like, training a lot of double. And look, I get here and I recover the head posture and then I go to his back. I think, was something that I was developing already in that time, but got much better when I start to train wrestling. For instance, you can see that when I start to go to his back, my hands go already to his waist, and I think it could be a little bit more in his leg before I go to his waist. It would be harder for him to escape. But in this situation worked. But nowadays I would, before go straight to his waist when I get the back, go a little bit more to the leg and then move him with my body weight and then jump on the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I notice from the back position, you go right into a head and arm. And coincidentally, I remember Leo Vieira teaching me the same technique, kind of letting the person off the back with the over under, going right to the head and arm. So it's so cool to see,
Hmm.
similar technique between, guys that you were teammates and training partners with. Still to this day, it kind of unfolds.